And welcome everybody to another edition of Jack Talks Jets Live. Today, I am your host, as always, Jack Cotter, and today we have some big things to go over here in the Jets universe. One second, let me just turn on my ring light really fast. I'm getting dark a little bit. All right, there we go. We should be good to roll now. So, everybody, thank you guys so much for tuning into tonight's show. As you can read in the title, we have some big news to go over here with Josh Reynolds getting signed to the New York Jets on a 1-year, $5 million deal. Hopefully, this can be, close the gap between him and Garrett Wilson as the true wide receiver. Between Garrett Wilson and Malachi Corley as the true wide receiver too. As of right now, Reynolds is probably projected to be the wide receiver too. Although it's not the best because he didn't have the best 2024 NFL season, I don't think it's a terrible move, right? He hasn't had a bad career. He hasn't had a bad career, right? I think he was very successful with the Rams, with Jared Goff. Again, that was 6 years ago. I think he was pretty successful in his first couple seasons with the Detroit Lions. He was not really successful at all with the Broncos last season. I know he had some issues last year for his personal wise. But, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about the signing. I'm happy that the Jets got depth within the wide receiver position. I'm just not sure that's who I thought they would get, right? Now, I'm kind of almost eliminating that they get Ted McMillan in the draft at 7. That's what I'm kind of thinking here. But, nobody really knows. I still think we can get Ted McMillan at 7. I just think the Jets are going to go more the Tyler Warren route now that they've just picked up Josh Reynolds, right? And I always thought they were going to go the Tyler Warren route, but I'm almost certain now that they will. And, I mean, I'm happy to see that, right? Because I'm really, like you guys know, I've been really, really, really liking what I've seen out of Tyler Warren over the past year, right? And I think he fits perfectly with the New York Jets scheme, and I cannot wait to see what they do at pick 7. I really hope they go the Tyler Warren route here, right? So I have Josh Reynolds' 2024 stats pulled up on my screen right now. From Josh Reynolds, 6'3", 192 pounds, 4th round pick 2017, picked by the Los Angeles Rams. And so here are his 2024 stats. I'll read them off to you right now. You have 13 receptions, 194 yards, 1 touchdown, and his average was 14.9 yards per play. That's not the best. I don't like those stats one bit. But I mean, again, he was he didn't play he didn't play a lot of games last season, especially for Denver, right? But still, I don't know if I'm able to trust that as a wide receiver too. I'd rather honestly at that point have Allen Lazard. At that point, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like, well, it's also really not fair that I say that. I'm gonna take that back actually, because again, Lazard had a lot of issues with dropping and ball security, but Reynolds on the other hand was he had his own issues, right? Whether that be he hasn't really been the best performer, injuries, all of that stuff, right? And Reynolds is getting old for a receiver. I believe I believe Reynolds, he's 30 years old. He just turned 30 last month, so I mean he's getting there for a receiver. And I get Lazard's getting there too, but I don't know. I just have a feeling that he's going to be similar to Allen Lazard in a way. I don't know. I just have that feeling because, they were both pretty similar last year with how they played, right? They weren't really consistent. Lazard started off good. He went down really fast. I think that's the same thing with Josh Reynolds as well. And, it sucks, really. It sucks because I was kind of disappointed in the Jets because they didn't go after their true wide receiver 2 in this free agency, whether that be trading for Cooper Kupp, whether that be signing Keenan Allen, whether that be signing Stephon Diggs. I wouldn't really want to sign Diggs because, one, he's a diva. I wouldn't really want that in my locker room. Ever since if you just got rid of Aaron Rodgers, especially because Glenn didn't want that type of player in his locker room, so I didn't see why. And I didn't want the Jets to go after Stephon Diggs if that's what they were going to do, right? I think that they didn't make the right move going after the true wide receiver 2 this offseason. Hopefully they can get it whether that mean the draft, like I said, Ted McMillan, which the chances are becoming slimmer by slimmer, slimmer and slimmer. I meant by each receiver they sign, right? I feel like at this point, if they since they signed Josh Reynolds, his chances of getting drafted by the Jets are pretty low. I'm not saying like I'm not low. I meant like lower, but I could still see it, right? Because the Jets obviously need a true wide receiver too. As of right now, I'm not saying this is going to be heading into week 1. As of right now, Josh Reynolds, I would say, is our wide receiver too. It's not the best, really. It's not the best. I'm not the biggest fan. It's also not the worst, though. I'd rather get like I said, Tyler Warren. He's my ideal guy to get in this draft. Comments, questions, chats, call into the show. Pinned comment at the top of the chat. We're going to head to the phone line soon. It's going to be a relatively short show today. I have really only one topic to go over with you guys. And then actually, I think I'll have a video coming out tomorrow. What's up, Vinny? A long time no see, bro. I feel like I saw you in a chat somewhere the other day, though. I think it was on Connor's show that I was like, oh, I didn't know you tuned. I didn't even know you knew that I did that. Thank you for watching, though. Again, call into the show with the pinned comment. Yeah, Vinny, you can call in with the pinned comment at the top of the screen if you want to talk some football for a little bit. It should work. If it doesn't work, then tell me and I'll switch to plan B. It'll tell me if you join. Just put in your name. And we'll get started pretty shortly. Yeah, that was you. I thought I saw you in his chat. Alright, let's see. Yo, are you excited for Philly camp, bro? I'm so excited this year. I feel like, I don't know. I like Jersey camp, but I'm excited to go somewhere new this year. That's just me, though. I know you said you liked Philly camp better. So, I mean, that's promising, I guess. And I'm excited to go, too. I think it's going to be fun. Do you know if any of the Jersey kids are going to Philly? Besides me, you, and Andrew? If you know, just put it in the chat. Because I'm kind of interested to see if anyone else is going from Jersey camp. All right, let's get Vinny on the line here. Hold on.
Wait,
all right, let's get him on the line here. Yo, what's up, Vinny?
Look, Jack. I have a question.
What?
What are you doing? He's a goon.
I'm on a sports talk show right now.
You're not.
Swear, look I am.
This is sports talk.
Yeah, I just called in. Look, Jack. So obviously,
You
like,
realize you're in someone's car, right?
yeah, I still have.
Like-
This is a good question, though.
No.
Look, so obviously, the Patriots acquired Stephon Diggs. I really want to ask, like, do you think the Jets can stop the Patriots now with that acquire?
First of all, Diggs shouldn't be ready until. I mean, based off what I've seen, he shouldn't be ready till week 6. So, I mean, if the Jets face him before that, I think we're fine. Again, their defense has stepped up a lot, right? I'm worried about you Dolphins maybe beating them this year because I feel like you guys are going to fall apart this year. Tua's not going to play all 17 games. You're gonna have Zach Wilson playing at least 3 games this year. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
So,
Yeah, I do think Zach Wilson's gonna start.
You think he's going to start?
So,
Are you being serious?
start most of the games. Yeah, because I think Tua's gonna be hurt, to be honest.
Tua's probably gone after this year then, if he doesn't do well.
Oh, for sure. But I don't know. I kind of like this draft class.
Yeah.
I like the quarterbacks, but I just don't know.
Yeah. All right. So
I would wait till the future.
Yeah. So back to your question. I think you're asking how the Jets will do about the Patriots, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. I think we're splitting with them this year. I think we're going to win at MetLife. It's going to be a close. I think both of them are going to be close games. Because especially if I think the Jets are going to run a more run-style offense, run-heavy first offense this year with Brees, Braylon, and Justin. I don't think it's going to be as much of a blowout as it was last year at MetLife. I think it's going to be closer, especially with a younger team. However, I do think the Jets are going to win at home, and the Patriots are going to win in Gillette. And a lot of the Patriots fans on my score said they're going to sweep the Jets. I don't see it, right? If we get a true receiver too, like I said, Reynolds I don't think is a true receiver two at all. He's just a filler in right now. Hopefully we get a guy like Tyler Warren or Ted McMillan in the draft. But, as of right now, if we don't have a receiver two, I say we're splitting. I still think we're splitting either way. What do you think?
Yeah. Um. I listen. I just don't think the Patriots are good enough to win more than 5 games. So
Really?
I do think the Jets are better than. I do think the Jets are better than them
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah.
I do think the Jets easily win both those games. That's just my opinion. I know it's a little crazy of a take, and I do think the Patriots are an okay team. Drake May is a phenomenal quarterback, but again, I just don't think they'll get the job done against the Jets.
What about the Dolphins? Do you think they're sweeping them? What do you think they're going against the Patriots this year?
Uh, I think the Dolphins are better than the Jets, but to be honest with you, I do think the Dolphins are going to lose one of those games.
To who? The Patriots or the Jets?
To both actually.
Are you guys getting swept by the Bills this
I
year?
think. I think. Oh yeah.
Or
I think we're
what?
getting
What is
swept by
it?
the
What's that
Bills.
going to be
That's
now?
pretty obvious.
The fifth straight year you guys get swept by the Bills, I think.
No, we beat them a couple years ago. I mean, we beat them in like 2022, 23.
I think was it 21 or 22 the last time you guys beat them? I think it was either one of them.
Wait, I'm having a pretty interesting conversation. Yeah. Wait,
Was it-
Jack, one more question before I have to go because I'm getting like forced to leave. One more
All right.
question. So, what quarterback would you prefer to if the Jets had to take a quarterback, right? They just had to take quarterback because listen, Justin Fields might not be the answer. And I know I was listening to you on Connor's show. You said that he would be, the promising quarterback for your team in the future. I really don't think that. So
No, I said he was a
if you guys
bridge.
had to
I said
choose
I think he's a
quarterback-
bridge.
Oh well, but if you guys had to choose the quarterback in the draft, would you rather Shador, Jackson Dart, or Cam Ward?
Cam Moore's the true definitive quarterback one in this draft. There's really no one really compares to him, right? If you look at each of their tapes, right, all their flaws, their highlights, there's really no. Cam Moore's the only quarterback one ready in this draft class, I believe. That's just my opinion, though. But if you were to ask me who the Jets should pick at quarterback, Kyle McCord in the 3rd round. You shouldn't go with a quarterback in the 1st. They're gonna go McCord.
Yeah, I
in the
like
3rd.
that.
All right, Vinny.
I
Thanks
just
so much
don't
for
think
calling in, bro.
Wait, hold on. One more thing.
Yeah.
I just don't think Kyle McCord is capable to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. That's just my take, but I do
Okay.
like that.
What about Will Howard? How do you think? I think Howard would do good because he ran a pro-style offense in the NFL with Ohio, or in college with Ohio State, which can prep him with a lot of past first teams, such as maybe if he falls to the Saints, they can get him right. I don't know. Maybe that's just my opinion though. But I mean, when's the next episode on your podcast coming out?
I think we're coming out Monday.
All right, I'll make sure to check it out. All right, Vinny, thank you
All
so
right.
much for calling in, bro.
Appreciate it, Jack. I
All
love
right,
you.
we got a call soon, bro. All right.
Yo, that's call that like later this week. We gotta play college football.
Yeah, of course. All right, later, bro.
Who's your friend from New Jersey?
All right, everybody. That was Vinny, one of my really good friends from SBC Sports Broadcasting Camp. Go there with him every year. He's a very cool guy, bro. He's a Dolphins fan though. That's the thing. He's a Dolphins fan. I mean, Vinny. I love him to death, but he's a Dolphins fan. I can't get mad with that. He's lucky he said the Jets would beat the Patriots at least once too this year on a Jets show. Nah, I'm joking. But anyway, we're going to wrap up things in a couple minutes here. I just wanted to go over this with you guys pretty quickly. Again, for those of you in the show right now, comments, questions, chats, call into the show with the pinned comment, pinned comment at the top of your screen. And we're going to wrap things up pretty shortly here after I just go over one more point, right? Because I wanted to compare him with another receiver the Jets had a couple years ago, and that's Denzel Mims, right? I feel like not in terms of playing wise, right? I feel like they were totally different playing wise. I'm talking about consistency wise, right? Mims had problems in the 2020 season with his own problems. 2021 he had his own. He was shipped out of New York after the 2022 season, I believe, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. It's either 21 or 22. He got shipped out of New York, and then he was just gone, right? I feel like it's the same thing with Josh Reynolds. Relevant with the Rams, relevant with the Lions the past couple years, dipped down a hill right there. Mims hasn't really been relevant since. Reynolds hasn't been relevant in like 3 years maybe. And I'm just scared because I don't want the Jets to go into the season having a wide receiver 2 with Josh Reynolds. I don't want that. I'm desperate at this point to get anybody better than Tyler Johnson and Josh Reynolds. Like, it really starting to piss me off, kind of. It really is. And I can, hopefully other Jets fans can see where I'm frustrated, right? I just really think it's a bad move. They had so many opportunities to go after a wide receiver this offseason. They didn't. And I'm really getting concerned now. I really am. I know I've said before that I want to run a runs first offense, but that still doesn't change the fact that you need your wide receiver 2 with Garrett Wilson, or else he's going to get double, triple covered every single play. You need that true wide receiver 2. Again, that's really all I had for tonight's episode, guys. Thank you guys all so much for tuning into this really quick live stream tonight. I'm Jack Cotter, your host as always, and I will see you guys next Monday for the live stream. I'll have to pick a time, but Mondays and Thursdays are my streaming days, so Monday and Thursday you guys can catch me live streaming. Friday, I'm tomorrow on with Josh Wolver on Connor Long's channel. Saturday, hopefully I'll be able to come out with a video. Sunday, I'll be live on the Next Gen Jets show with Connor Long and Chris Grasso. And, yep, thank you guys all so much for listening again, and I will see you guys next time.